about generative AI and why you shouldn't use it. What's wrong with AI? What harm can it really cause? Have we bitten off more than we can chew? What are the long-term consequences?
The issues with AI that I'll be addressing are the environmental impacts, plagiarism in art and writing, Sam Altman's inability to think critically, moral dissonance in education, and AI psychosis.
There are over 600 data centers in Virginia, and they use up to 5 million gallons of fresh water per day just to cool off the machines spitting out borderline incomprehensible nonsense. The chart on the screen is already outdated and not accounting for the extreme uptick in water usage by data centers since auto generation ramped up in 2023. In art, the examples you can see on the screen are a real piece of art and an AI-generated piece of art said to be in the style of Lavender Town. One was made by herself. You can see in the details like the line quality, balance, texture, and life in the character that it is real and obviously well constructed. In the image on the other side, you can tell that it's AI generated because the colors are mismatched. The outfit doesn't quite make sense. The line art is messy and inconsistent, and the style itself doesn't quite match what they were going for. I've seen countless examples of AI generated images that are specifically prompted to be in the style of an established artist, not just taking inspiration from, but with the intent of outright mimicry. Learning from and being inspired by other artists' work is how artists grow and pick up pieces of styles that speak to them. Just instructing a robot to copy an artist's style exactly, plus a variety of notable flaws, isn't creating art, it's just directing an artist that couldn't truly understand art if it wanted to. AI is plagiarism incarnate, and I would say it's most noticeable when it comes to art. Next, we've got an interview with Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI, the creator of ChatGPT. I've got a few examples of why I fucking hate this guy, and he clearly doesn't really know what he's talking about. He seems so disillusioned from reality, and he only half answers every question he's asked, and answers the questions he wants to instead. My favorite parts of the interview are the ones noted on the screen. In the first, he compares the development of airplanes to the development of checks on AI.
Government, or I think you used the word society, to play in setting some of the guardrails or in directing things so that equity is built in.
More than a role, maybe that's like society should play the role there.
But how does that society's not like a thing.
No, it's a complex negotiation of a lot of different stakeholders, but we kind of do, we do this. We get this right over time.
Give me an example. How do we get it right?
Airplanes are really safe.
Okay.
Boeing problems aside, in general, airplanes have been remarkably safe.
That happened largely as a result of kind of old-fashioned regulation.
I would say it happened because people want to get on an airplane and know that they're not going to die, and society responds to that.
Right. Well, specifically government response.
Airplane manufacturers also, if they want to keep selling airplanes that people want to get on, definitely governments have a role. The scientists and engineers working on it feel a sense of obligation. I think it is a multi-party thing, but there's a huge role for regulation for sure. Yeah.
Next, he's asked and dodges or ignores the question regarding the morality behind AI.
Generally about democracy with some power checks on it.
Yeah. Yeah, you'd have to think about what those look like.
For sure.
Yeah, so if the consensus is that it's bad AI, that it's evil, sort of how do you come up with the checks?
I think that should be part of what people should vote on for the governance structure.
Yeah. Awesome.
Thank you.
He also shows he's clearly lost faith in humanity's ability to do anything without the help of technology, particularly AI. In this clip, he talks about a group consensus.
But what I was saying, what I meant more is, I'm interested in the thought experiment of an AI chats with you for a couple of hours about your value system, and does that with me and with everybody else, and then says, okay, I can't make everybody happy all the time.
So it's essentially sort of using AI to come up with a consensus.
Well, using AI to talk to everybody to understand the consensus at a deep level of billions of people.
Okay.
Which we can't do without AI, probably.
Okay.
It's deeply frustrating to me that one of the main contenders in the AI industry is so clearly detached from the reality of the technology he and people like him are making widely available when they can and should know the risks and the cost. They just don't care because they have this crazy pipe dream that could be a treasure trove if we ignore all the issues that we don't actually have the technology to make a reality yet, at least not safely. Next, we have education, AI, and moral dissonance. AI's use in schools has been widely debated, but only because of our insatiable cravings for automation and ease. Unfortunately, it mostly just spits out plagiarized, unoriginal thoughts that sound just as mechanical and half-baked as they are. You can see the difference between a half-baked written response and an AI-generated response, even if it's just the difference in heart. The fact that many people have attributed getting their degrees through ChatGPT is a clear example of the damage the misinformation machine can cause.
In an effort to beat out the competition, large corporations ignored their own developers and employees, telling them this technology was dangerously underdeveloped for it to be released to the public. Many of those same companies ignored, fired, or blocked their ethical AI researchers having any say and went through with it anyway for the sake of the race. Now, we're already seeing many cases of AI psychosis caused by the exact features that were warned could be dangerous. There are reports of people losing touch with reality after intense use of chatbots. They often involve people experiencing false or troubling beliefs, delusions of grandeur, or paranoid feelings, sometimes after turning to them for therapy. It is a real and concerning pattern of chatbots reinforcing delusions that tend towards the religious, romantic, and harmful. It's unsurprising that AI psychosis is so prevalent. The head of OpenAI shows it himself in an interview.
If you had one wish for AI, what would it be?
Love humanity.
Can you build that in?
I think so.
Like, how do you try?
One of the things that has worked surprisingly well is the ability to align an AI system to behave in a particular way. And so if we can articulate what that means in a bunch of different cases, then I think we can get the system to act that way.
If he's trying to program that in, obviously it's just going to be a digital love-bombing beast since it runs on misinformation anyway. So, is the convenience worth the consequences? Ultimately, that's for you to decide. For me, the cons far outweigh the pros.